Pick the name.
Allergies.
Yeah, I got the water and all that. I'm okay. How about yourself? How's your week?
I am good. I saw with my eyeballs the total solar eclipse.
I hope not, because that make you blind.
No. When it's the total solar eclipse, you can look at it, Delvin.
Black hole sun, man.
So I got my shirt, total solar eclipse of the quad. I went up to New York.
Did you get any mutant abilities?
No.
Are you a hero now?
I already was.
Did you cheer?
Listen,
you didn't do that.
People who have never seen the total solar eclipse, this is something that I will be a snob about for the rest of my life.
She cheered.
I went up to St. Lawrence University in New
people.
York. Y'all, shut up. Let me talk.
I'm so embarrassed.
You do not understand what it was like. Cheering. I was in a whole...
No, I do. I get it.
Shut up. Let me tell my story. This was a religious experience.
You saw the... It's not a religious experience. It's literally a planet lining up with another one. She quit. It's not a religious experience. That's the whole part of science. That's why we made fun of it.
I'm not...
The problem is that humanity has tried to make it a religious experience. We've killed people in the name of such an occurrence.
Yeah, people are witches.
This is not real.
Yeah, people are witches got burnt to stakes. Yeah.
Chat. She left. Like, I didn't do that to her. She left. She quit. She quit the show. She's gone.
Yo, I love Rebecca. Rebecca's amazing. But I am not cheering for no goddamn eclipse.
I needed that laugh this morning. That was wonderful. Wow. Yeah, I made fun of my I think I said this on PSVG. I had a friend of mine, a colleague, he took off work, drove to Texas, where he would be in the path of total...
First of all, I never said I cheered for the eclipse. Y'all assume that because I didn't say no.
Because you got defensive. Because
also
because y'all are letting me tell my truth.
Donnie, okay. Before Rebecca tells the truth, I gotta tell you, Donnie.
We're still not.
Your colleague is a loser.
But he sent me this video and they're all cheering and wooing and they're like, oh my God.
The videos do not show what it is like.
That dude's a loser.
It doesn't.
Whatever. Science is amazing, and
that's true.
It's really cool, and I can understand why people who didn't understand what was happening, like, thought that it was like, the end of times or signs from the heavens or whatever.
And
like,
terrifying. That's terrifying. The
terrifying their cousins,
example
mothers.
Of human groupthink.
Let me just say
how low we are as a species.
I think that people who have not seen the totality don't understand that. Like, if you're seeing it in the 97% partial, you might as well be seeing it in the 10% partial, because that totality moment is like exceptionally different and amazing.
The pinky's up this morning. You see that, Dylan?
Yeah, I see
that pinky's way up there.
Listen, after I saw it, I said that I would be a snob about this because it was that cool. And I do not regret traveling for it.
Look
I
grew up poor in the hood. I've seen darkness all my life.
People who saw it will agree with me, and that's one of the things that you will not understand unless you saw it. There's nobody who saw it that will say, it was fine. There's nobody who says that.
No, my friend at work says it's the most intense experience of his life.
Yeah, that is accurate. That is accurate. Like, and I knew it would be cool. It's the most intense experience of my life. Because you haven't seen it. You don't know.
Getting shot at in the hood is the most intense experience of my life. I don't think an eclipse can compare to that. Fearing for one's life.
Natural phenomenon, not
it's a natural phenomenon in the hood. Gunshots.
I'm about to leave again.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. I'm sorry.
I don't get it. This was such a cool thing. Why are y'all shitting on
it? It's what we do.
Yeah, pretty much. We're broken people, Rebecca.
This is our Wednesday night. Delvin and I haven't been together in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's just what we do.
Yeah.
This is all PSVG is now. It's just us
Pretty
taking
much.
turns doing this on each other all night, 3 hours.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's funny.
See, that
I'm
means we
glad
love
you had
Rebecca.
a great experience.
We are
I
glad you had
really
a great
am.
experience.
Thank
I
you.
really
Donnie.
am.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've just
I
been making
I
fun
didn't
of the
cheer,
woo
but I
people.
was like, wow, like I was with a lot of people. I was with a lot of my friends. I got together with my college friends. We were on a college campus, so there were a lot of people around.
Sure.
You know, there was somebody, you know, who was commentating, they were playing music. It was like a really, really like I felt like the energy was just like shifted. Like it was just indescribable. And you can laugh at that. I don't care. But unless you experienced it, you don't know what that's like.
Sure. No, I believe that.
I think I came on here one episode and talked about the partial solar eclipse I saw.
The partial is fine. I saw that in 2017, but that is not the same. It is not the same as the totality.
They had one down here like earlier this year, and I went to it, took my daughter to it, and she had a blast. I'm like, okay, it's cool.
Delvin, you might be in the path of totality when it comes to Florida in like 10 years or whatever it is.
No,
you stop it. No, you won't. You need to see it, and then we're gonna reunite.
Picture will be on a T-shirt,
and you will say, Rebecca, you were right.
I'm gonna say, Rebecca, you were right anyway, because I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, I don't mean religious experience literally. I definitely meant that figuratively. I am not a religious person. You know that. But it was like changing.
And
like
the
it was
joke
like
wasn't that we thought you were speaking literally. The joke wasn't that at all. The joke was that humanity historically has treated it as such.
Yes.
And done some terrible things in the name of it being
kill people. Like literally kill people.
Before we understood the science of it, I can understand why people,
that's all the joke.
You know,
that's the joke.
It was, okay.
Also, people are stupid.
That's a low-hanging joke. That's an easy joke.
I'm very pro-science here. I am a scientist.
Pro-science.
Yes.
That's where we are in America today. Like, I am I believe in science.
I do.
Well, she has to say that because people still think the world's goddamn flat. So
that's
yes, you kind of have to say it now. You have to like, yo, I believe the world is round. That's a ridiculous statement to make. But
anyway, for our listeners who saw the totality, y'all tweeted us and tell Delvin and Donnie that I'm right.
Yes, and I will shame each and every one of you for tweeting.
That's true. My response will be, did you cheer?
Yes.
Did you
Who cares? Who cares? Let them cheer. Let them woo. You are so high and mighty that you.
I'm high and mighty.
Yeah.
What the? How is this being turned?
Poo-pooing on people cheering and being happy and excited about something that they think is cool.
Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, and they're valid.
Oof. Okay. Yeah,
you know what? Nowadays, I used to laugh at people who cheer when the plane lands, but nowadays, with all the Boeing shit going on, maybe they should be cheering
when the plane land.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they should be cheering.
That might be a more intense experience.
Yeah.
the totality.
They out here making planes with glue and
you see that damn thing hit the tarmac. Like, oh,
thank God. Yeah.
We had somebody in the Discord that were like, I had posted a few of those articles, and then I think one of the landing gear fell off like a week or so ago, and they were like, I literally have a flight tomorrow that's on a Boeing. And I was like, well.
I think at this point I would go out of my way to not fly on a Boeing.
I might just go Christopher Columbus route. Just take a boat.
And then funny people are like, it's not like your chance is like 1% in a million. I'm like, yeah, but it's higher on a Boeing though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a little higher, isn't it?
That's like taking a brand new car, fresh out of the shop versus like, a car that, historically has a lot of problems.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a classic right here. You like lean on it, part falls off.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What the hell is the show? We've gone from totality to shooting on it to Boeing airplanes.
Well, they deserve it.
I played a video game. Woo! Can I cheer for that? Let's cheer for Rebecca playing a video game. No, it wasn't actually. I got this game code sent to me from the publisher, so that's exciting. It's something that I have been looking forward to for a while. It's called this. Okay, first of all, it's not a great name for the game. It's called Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions.
Sounds
Okay.
made up.
One criticism, they could have had a better name. I think just Spirit City would have been fine. It's not like a traditional type of video game. It is more of like a productivity tool, where like lo-fi music, like kind of like lo-fi beats, like
Just sorry.
Okay, did you pulled up the game?
I was trying to.
Is that music?
Yeah.
I did too. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah. So it's like an interactive type of like focus tool. So like you can create a character, make it look like you, and then like you have this bedroom that you can decorate, and basically it has like productivity, like task lists, habit checkers, like timers, things like that. So like it's a game that is designed to be like either like up on your computer or something. I'm not playing it on Switch, by the way. I don't think it's on Switch yet, but I think it is coming to Switch. Designed to be like up for a period of time while you're getting stuff done.
Pretty looking game.
Yeah. So like then as you are like completing tasks and like the longer that you have it up, like you are unlocking these cute little spirits. They're like these little animals. Depending on like what you're doing in the room. Like if you're reading on your bed, you might like discover a little dust bunny spirit under your bed, and then like you can make that be like your spirit pal and like hang out with you in your room and stuff. So I've unlocked some of the spirits, and like it's really been helping me be productive because like it is encouraging me to check off the things on my to-do list. And you can play either their lo-fi music, or you can pull up, there's like a web browser within the game that you can pull up whatever YouTube, music or video that you want. So like I'm chilling to some tunes while getting stuff done, and like I'm using the timers and stuff, and I like customizing my character. Like I'm a big character customizer type of person, and so it's really cute, and it's helping me get a lot done. And again, it's not on Switch. I think it might be coming to Switch, but they did give me a key, and I said I would talk about it, and it's nice. They're going to be adding more spirits and more customization and more like tools and stuff to it.
It just gamifies life.
Yeah, it gamifies productivity.
Yeah, we're like one step closer to that virtual reality, the metaverse. Put a headset on, get your virtual cat, your to-do list, you are ready to go.
That's basically what it is. Yeah.
Ready Player One.
But it is on sale for its release week or 2 weeks or whatever. It is on sale for I think a couple more days. If you want to check it out. I like it. It's not very expensive. I think it's like $10 or something.
Solid.
That's cool.
That's a cool experience. It's different.
I need these little like, carrots above my head to get me to do things sometimes. And so this is a very good tool for me to do so.
Yeah.
It seems like something that would be good on the phone.
Yeah. I was saying the same thing. Josh is playing it too, and we both said that it would be a good like phone game because I also have it on my Steam Deck. So like obviously the progress save comes over to it, like you're in the same spot. But it would be a good phone thing, I think, because then you can just like carry it around with you.
Yeah, makes sense.
A mobile game.
Have it up on like a second screen or like a tablet while you're at work or something. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I am the kind of person that likes to play music while I'm getting stuff done. It helps me. So that's like kind of the lore of it, I guess.
Okay. Pretty cool.
Delvin, what have you been up to?
I've been playing anything. I've been dealing with everything that life has to offer. But my son did something pretty cool, and I want to shout it out because he's going to do it for me.
Ooh.
My son is a big Yokai Watch fan. Like, he loves the series, and he not more than Pokemon, but it's one of his favorite series. So, they had the trilogy came out on Switch, but only in Japan. They're like the Switch versions. So, I originally bought him, I think it was 3. But the thing about those games is, in Japan, they're not dubbed. They're only, they're not dubbed, they're not subtitled, so they're only in Japanese. So, he went out and found out that they have the Switch version, Yokai Watch 1 remastered Switch version. Somebody basically made a version, a ROM of it, subbed it, so subtitled the whole game, and put it out there for people to try. So
nice.
So he put it on his Steam Deck, and it looks great. I watched him playing, and it looks like an actual, like Nintendo did it. It's really cool.
That's great.
When I saw him playing, like, oh, I want Why don't you put that on my Steam Deck? I want to try it. It looks really good. It's the remastered version of Yokai Watch, so it looks pretty cool. And I wish that this is one of the games I
They're
wish.
good-looking games.
Yes.
They are. They're like actually very nice looking. If nobody's ever played one, I've got the Yokai Watch that did come out here for Jack, and like, it's surprisingly like good looking. It's good art style.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's very different than Pokemon. So don't go in there thinking it's like it's Pokemon clone. It's vastly different. There's a lot of different things about it, but it's a pretty fun series. I wish they brought all the games because they're made already. They just have to be translated to Switch.
You can always count on fans to translate games that the official companies won't do.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so far from what I saw him playing, it looks like a very good translation of it. And you can, like I said, you can find if you can find the ROM, you can play it on your Steam Deck. And it's the remastered version, so it looks really
That's
good.
great.
Solid.
So we mentioned 2 games so far today, both on Steam, not on Switch. So we're doing good so far.
To be
What
fair,
about you,
one
Johnny?
of them is on Switch, but you have to be in Japan.
That's true. You get a
Yeah, you
Japanese account.
can't fan translate that one.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing nothing but Switch. Honestly, I did go ahead and sell my ally. Got out from underneath it before the floor falls out as they're ready to announce the second one.
Remember you said you were
And
going to do
I got all kinds of stuff. To be honest with you, I got new Joy-Cons,
that. Ooh.
which is nice.
The
I can
peach
couch
pink
those out.
ones?
Not the peach pink ones, more like these GameCube ones.
Ooh.
Oh, those are nice.
These are the Nixie Pros. You let it in here and they light up. You see that?
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah,
They look like
Um,
nice and sturdy too.
they are. They're like the the bigger grip Joy-Cons that we've seen from Hori and all the such. And I had the money from the ally and I wanted to get something. I was like, let's use something because I'm going to save it all for the Switch too. I think that's what I'm going to do with it. But I was like, let's get something out of the money now. There are some really nice Joy-Cons that the YouTubers are talking about, and it's got like the D-pad that's like the Xbox controller and all that. They're like $100 with shipping. They're like $89.99. I was like, I'm not
Nope.
doing that. That's too much.
Yeah.
These are Nixie Pros NYXI. They make a couple different variants, but these have the Hall Effect joysticks, which is what the other ones have. These are the no drift joystick, as everybody talks about. They are very nice. The sticks themselves are big, right? When
They are
you
very
read online, that's what people point out most often is how big the stick is. I thought I was going to have to get like thumb caps or something because people didn't like the way they feel. Like the top of them are smooth. I rather like them. I had thumb grips and everything ready to go to buy, and just something in my brain, I was like, you know what, just like get it first and like put your thumbs on it and see what happens. And I rather like it, so I don't think I'm going to do that. There's nothing else to really be said. They've got mechanical switches, membrane D-pad. It's a good D-pad. I've had no issues with it. I think
That's
it's pretty good.
important.
Very
Yeah, and more importantly, it's just I like that you can play it wirelessly, so it's not like my split pad pros, right, where they have to be connected. You can pull these things off and use them as a separate controller. And they have gyro, which is kind of not really the reason, but like the Hori split pad pros don't do gyro. And I was playing a shooter that I was like, I wish it had gyro though. And I was like, maybe I should get some new Joy-Con, right? So that's what led me to get these. I like them. But to be honest with you, the games I've been playing outside of that shooter, I don't think is taking full advantage of them. So I don't know if I've played enough to give you like a big full honest review. But what I've used of them so far, I just got them. I got to here like Wednesday or Thursday, I think. I've been enjoying them. What I've been enjoying mostly though is the Switch. I've been playing kind of 2 hours of everything. During
Ooh.
WrestleMania weekend, I was just glued to my Switch. I had my Switch in my lap the whole day while I was watching wrestling. So I've played Pokemon Quest, I've played Spyro, I played Assassin's Creed, I played Star Wars, I've played Easy Come, Easy Golf, GTA, I played Unravel, I played Resident Evil, I played Super Mega Baseball 2,
That's a
I
lot.
played Top Racer. Like I've just been playing games. So like as I, get the knack for them, I've just been kind of scrolling through my library, playing some old favorites. I played Devil May Cry, which I do love on this machine. Um, but Friday I got a game. As I said in weeks past, I've wanted like a new Switch game, like get me something. So I popped on Unicorn Overlord
Ooh, I
because
heard good things about that.
it went on sale, and I wish I would have played more. I've only played it for a couple hours, but a couple hours in, I do enjoy it quite a bit. Um, Now, like when the demo came out, I didn't really pay attention to the story or anything during the demo. I just wanted to like kind of get a feel for the game. So now I'm playing it more slowly and I'm reading all the text and all the dialogue, and I'm enjoying the story. I mean, it's very Fire Emblem ish, like in that regard. So there's nothing like amazing so far that's happened.
Okay.
Um, but at the same time, I'm enjoying the combat mechanics. I'm starting to get more and more into the combat, because like this is kind of has auto combat, right? Like you just kind of the strategy is really you deploying your units and like their speed, because like everything kind of moves on their own, but every unit has like a different, like, so horses are faster than knights and stuff like that. So the strategy is really kind of timing who gets where on the battlefield first, and can they like hold or take that spot, or at least so far. So it's different than Fire Emblem. Like it's Fire Emblem, but it's enough different. It's not just Fire Emblem. Like it's its own thing. Because in Fire Emblem, you control like all the movements, like on a grid. You're selecting like how all that. With this one, like you kind of set a point, and then you kind of just like press play, and everything just kind of starts moving.
Hmm.
Everything and like all units move at the same time if you want them to. They don't have to, but yeah, you can just kind of press the button and it just goes. So I'm enjoying it quite a bit so far. I like I said, I haven't played a lot of it. I wish I could play more. But so far, I'm taking it.
Good.
Good.
Good stuff. I'm glad
Apologize,
that you're
Mike.
getting a lot of use out of your Switch lately. You played a lot of good
Yeah,
things,
me
it
too.
sounds like.
Me too. Yeah, I really, I really love this little machine. I was making the joke with Dev. It feels like and sorry to be, I'm gonna make a sexist joke, but it's like like I feel like if like you go through a breakup and you gotta like change your hair and like find yourself, you change your hair, cut your hair, get a new style,
That's not
right?
sexist. That's a
Like
thing.
yeah, right. I feel like that kind of with the Switch. Like there was a
Women
point
do
there
that
with the
too.
Switch where I was like, I just wanted to do the cool stuff these other things do. So I bought all these other things, and I realized they're not all that as much as I thought I wanted them. And then here I am. Now I'm back. So I've taken 180 and eat the full crow, and now I'm back here in Switchland. So
Nice. I'm still
yeah,
playing a lot of Animal Crossing on my Switch. I think I told you how I'm redoing my whole island and whatnot, and that has me in a chokehold, and it will until that hyperfixation passes, and then I won't play it for a year.
yeah. My
But
wife, she started over.
okay.
Yeah, so she likes the new Joy Cons, and I was playing it, and she was like, "Hey, do you have Animal Crossing?" And I was like, "Yeah, here you go." And we just kicked her off, and she started over. So she was in there
Nice.
during WrestleMania, and they're building her first new little village. So yeah, I've just been going through my catalog, really, just playing whatever looks good to me at the moment.
There is some kind of drug in Animal Crossing that I don't know, where it just like a certain type of person, it just
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
them and
hmm
sucks
I'm
them
that
in.
I'm that way with survival games. You get me on a Grounded or you get me on a Valheim or something, and I will lose chunks of my life to it.
Yeah.
Like I gotta get out of it. I'm almost reluctant to even play them because I know if I don't have time to dedicate to it, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been digging it. Before we get into the news, I did just want to say, like, one of the reasons why I haven't played more Unicorn Overlord than not is he had a friend in our podcast community pass away Friday. We got the news Friday, and I don't want to turn this into a sad bit or anything, but for those that don't know, or haven't been around us as long of listeners, Gabe Patillo from Married to the Games is a big reason why any of this is actually here. To
Yeah.
be honest with you, it was always as a joke that was made in jest, but I used to like it was an indie podcast back in the day, and we're dating ourselves 10 years ago. 10 years ago, podcasts were different. 10 to 15 years ago, like there weren't as many of them. It wasn't as popular medium as it is today. Today, every media product has a podcast. Every like radio show, TV show, movie series, video game, it all has a companion podcast. And a lot of them, popular ones, have more than one. It's like if you're a fan of Ohio State football, there's like 100 Ohio State football podcasts. Pick one. Back then you had to be more selective. And I think the media conglomerates all had podcasts. You have your IGN podcast, you had your GameSpot podcast, right? But in the indie space, there were podcasts, but they didn't seem to catch on a whole lot. And Married to the Games, I feel like was maybe like one of the first. I don't want to say the first, but one of the first popular like indie game podcasts.
I agree.
Like they kind of broke through in we're not attached to a media label or anything, but like, you know, they were early, right? And anyway, we all found each other there. Like that's where this podcast comes from. I was listening to Married to the Games for years. I listened to Married to the Games when I was going through college, Rebecca, which is why your story of listening to us going through college always like stuck with me, because I was that same way. That was my Married to the Games. Every week I was listening to them while I was writing my reports or driving to school. And I was in their forums, which is where I met Kevin and Dev and Kyle and Nathan and I think Coach Mo and most of the OG PSVG folks. You know, like when I started a podcast, I posted to their forum and I was like, hey, I'm starting a podcast. Anybody here want to join? That was the original invite. And I started this podcast because they weren't the most Nintendo centric podcasts of the three at the time. Gabe was the more Nintendo of them. And I used to always like scream at them if they got something wrong, right? I'd be in my car like, oh my God, come on, Gabe, come on. And my wife was like, why don't you just do your own? And you know, when I did, guess who was like the biggest supporter and telling people to listen and helping me figure out like how to do it was Gabe. And over the years, I've met Gabe a few times. My wife got to meet him. He's just a special dude. Like I said, it's almost like, I don't know if the weekend just has like a heavy like melancholy over it, because I'm not sad. We weren't like super close. I'm not going to tell you like we were best friends or anything like that, because we weren't. But it's heavy because he just was a really good person. And when you meet those type of people, like they stick with you.
Yeah.
It almost feels unfair. Like, couldn't you take one of the worst of us? Like, is this like the best part for humanity?
Isn't that always like what seems to happen too?
It does. Yeah. And you know, Sean, he had a really nice tweet, because that's how I met Sean. Sean is back to this, like it all traces back to this root. You know, Sean was like, he's the best of us, and that stuck with me because Sean's right. If you ever had a chance to meet Gabe, he's so if nobody knows Gabe Patillo, I should say, he was a singer for Toby Mac, which is like just giant Christian, I don't know what kind of music it's like, Christian music,
yeah,
pop music. I don't listen to it. He also was a part of DC Talk, right? He sing with them and stuff too, and their podcast is that way. Like their whole community is very much driven like that. And here's the greatest part of it, because people have listened to me for years know that's not my jam. You'd never know it if you met him. It was never an issue with me. He knew how I felt about it, and it was never a thing. Like that's what I mean when he was just like the sweetest dude. The dude was just really happy and welcoming, and I always enjoyed his perspective and his takes, more so on life. Like he always kind of offered like that kind of like that, I don't know, different perspective. I won't call it wise, you know, wisdom beyond his years, but he always had like that extra like, hey, did you think about it this way? Or, hey, I reacted to it this way. It's just like a very humble, you know, I don't know a better way of saying it besides like just a really, really good person.
Big brother type feel.
Yeah,
like
he
really
really
the
did.
Nice big brother. Not the one who bullies and stuff like that, but the nice big brother.
Who's looking out for you and cheering you on.
I know when we met up, you know, because my wife, you know, she does all the music and stuff at church, so she's way more into the Tobin Mac and stuff, and I let him know that before we met him, And when we met him, he had a whole care package for her, like all
Aw.
this signed memorabilia that she could take back to her church and all that stuff. And he did that on his own. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the man went out of the way just naturally to make you feel seen and heard and welcomed, And yeah, it sucks because over the years, Gabe and I we've kind of developed a rapport. Gabe and I liked a lot of the same type games. That was really my connection to Gabe, I think, more than anything after listening to Married to the Games through the years. About 7 or 8 times a year, we'd check in with each other. It used to be on Twitter, but when I bounced off Twitter, it became on Facebook, where he would just like ping me out of nowhere. Hey, I'm looking at this game. Hey, have you played this golf game? And I'd be like, hey, have you tried this thing? And
Mm-hmm.
because we realized that we liked a lot of the same games. And there's the same thing we used to do Married to the Games when I was a listener. I would write in questions and be like, hey, have you tried this? And hey, have you done that? Our 100 episode was for Gabe Patillo. He was at PSVG 100. I went to a really fun story is I went to Married to the Games 200. Every 100 episodes, they put on a live show, and I recorded an episode of PSVG, one of our earliest episodes, from the lobby in the hotel at Married to the Games 100. And the people there saw me because they had glass windows, like a little office center that hotels have, and they came in. And we have a picture of us with like 7 or 8 Married to the Games people behind me in the hotel. And they're just watching me do the podcast. And like, if something happened or somebody asked a question, I'd like loop somebody in. I think Brian was there, and like they would just like talk on the microphone. It's a really crazy little experience, but it was super funny. When the Switch was announced, we did a crossover with Married to the Games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when I say like all of this, like honestly, the Nintendo Shack, the whole idea of being like, I want to do a show and I want to do something that's Nintendo leaning, and it's all inspired and rooted from there. So it's with a heavy heart. Like I said, it's just sad. He's very young, and it's just could have been somebody that had less to give to the world.
Yeah.
Than Gabe Patillo for sure.
Yeah. I spoke on it on our XP yesterday when we recorded, but I'll just say this. For those who don't know, Gabe Patillo is the reason why I podcast. Like legit the reason why I podcast. Like I saw when I first started listening to the podcast, I didn't see my face, I didn't hear my voice. And Gabe Patillo was that person I saw like, you know what, I can do this. And then to add on to that, for everybody who gives me the compliments of like Delvin's like one of the nicest people I know. I've heard this before. Like people like I inspired to be like you, Delvin. That dude was the person I inspired to be like. Like I want to have that guy's energy.
Yeah.
And that says a lot.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to shout him out honestly, and more or less plug if I can. His family's GoFundMe. We'll put it in the show notes. It's on our Twitter. It's in our Discord. And if you're just able to, if you happen to know Gabe and you didn't know about this, sorry you had to hear it from us, but there is a way you can support the family. And if you had no idea, that's okay. If you have the means to help out or donate to his family, we'll post that in the link. And if you don't, that's okay too. Like we have. I've done it on behalf of PSVG. I definitely wanted to make sure that we were accounted for. Such a nice thing to do. As I told my wife, I'd be honored if the shoe was on the other foot. I'd be honored if anybody thought of my family that way. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I paid that forward.
Yeah.
And So just it's just kind of yesterday I just kind of stayed busy the whole day.
Yeah.
I was like, I cut grass, I cleaned the car, I cleaned the garage, I hung up shelves, we hung up cat shell. Like I was just doing whatever I could, to not sit and focus on it. So
yeah. Thank you for talking about him
this weekend. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good dude.
Shall we jump into our not so lengthy headlines?
Our Pretendo news section, yeah.
Nah.
Nothing going on.
Well, you guys know that the 3DS and Wii U online servers have now officially ended. You can no longer go online on either of those consoles. I did get to play a little bit of the original Splatoon on the Wii U a couple days before it went offline, and that was just full of nostalgia. Like, wow, it's so like Splatoon 3, but also just the interface is so different and everything's just so simplified, and like I'm glad that I played it one more time. I played with a bunch of friends. But they're offline now. However, luckily for us, there is I don't know, what do you call it? An organization, a collective, whatever it is. This Pretendo website is preserving. They're making fan servers. Basically, they are aiming to save the online play, and this isn't new. They have had this for a while. They've had fan servers for a while now. It's not just brand new. However, they did announce that they are working on a project to have access to Pretendo, these online fan servers, without the need to homebrew and hack your console.
True. Yeah.
So keep an eye on Pretendo. I like their name, by the way. If you are interested in that. I don't think that'll be a thing for the 3DS, but that should be at least for the Wii U.
No, it is.
However, you should to have it without hacking.
Correct.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, that being said, why don't you have a hacked 3DS?
Why don't you have a hacked Wii U? I would say the same thing. I was going to do it, but then you start looking into some of the guides. I wouldn't say it's hard. It's definitely not hard, but you got to like really follow it. And to be honest with you, I haven't played online game on my 3DS or Wii U in so long. It just kind of was like, I'm not going to do this.
Well, I think there's reasons to do so.
The offline, the unmodded path, the SSSL path, you do have to create an account before you can set any of that up. So that stopped me there. And then the modded part, there is like an order of operations, and if you do it out of order, you could brick your console. And I was like, well, I'm not going to mess with that either. Not to get like Mario Maker courses. Like I was trying to think of like what else would I do? Like I'm not going to play Splatoon, so I left mine alone. That was my take. But
I think for those who are interested in the Mario Maker courses, I feel like that's a big draw for still having online people on Animal Crossing New Leaf who want to visit their friends' islands and get like the foreign fruit or like other
Mario
villagers and types of things. Like there are reasons why you still would want to. So just know that is an option.
I was happy before
they're making it easier than ever.
I backed up as many of my favorite Mario Maker courses as I could. I got all the special courses and everything. I filled up my local course bot. It's packed.
Smart. That is smart. So yeah, that I'm sure that'll only get easier as time goes on. So keep an eye out on Pretendo. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the emulators Suyu. Discord has shut down servers for the emulators Suyu and Sudachi this week. Discord said they're always following legal DMCA requests. In this instance, it was a court-ordered injunction, and they took action to adhere to the order. Not really a big surprise, I think. This isn't the first time that such a thing has happened. But it does sound like Nintendo is cracking down on these guys specifically.
Yep.
If you're doing Nintendo Switch emulation, you're providing support for that. You're on their radar. That seems to be the thing that's coming out here. You should have laid low.
Yeah.
We've gotten so chesty with emulation on current day systems, right? And people are like, it's my right to. It's not your right to do it.
Nope. Not at all.
I don't think Nintendo cares if you're doing it with their Super Nintendo games, but the moment you're like, who needs a Switch? I'm just gonna do it on my Steam.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely a big difference between if you're trying to emulate games that are still on the shelves versus Super Mario Bros.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're probably gonna start caring about those too once they start selling them.
Well, they do sell it technically on Nintendo Switch Online.
For those, I really don't. There's been no real proof that they've really taken a stance on the old, out-of-date stuff, the back catalog.
Gio Corsi, did I say his name right?
Yes,
100%. Nailed it.
He has joined Nintendo in their AAA third-party portfolio team. He's behind LucasArts.
Yeah, Gio Corsi comes from LucasArts, Ilphonic. Most people know him from PlayStation, where he was kind of a figurehead, or at least definitely a figurehead of the Vita, and getting third parties and indies to support the Vita. He was at Iron Galaxy for a little while, but I think most gamers know him as that indie Vita guy from PlayStation for a few years. He was always like on the E3 stage and stuff. He does good work at getting.
What does
folks
this
to,
mean for Nintendo?
Hopefully, it means that he can get some publishers to support their system in different ways, and I think his track record would say that that's probably going to be the case.
Okay.
Right, so he'll be like, I guess, he'll be the pitch man for folks to like, hey, come do things with the Nintendo platform. How can we make that easy for you?
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yes.
Speaking of old Nintendo games that Nintendo surprisingly may or may not care about, we have a new Nintendo Switch Online update. Yay, you can play 3 new Super Nintendo games on Nintendo Switch Online. You can play Wrecking Crew 98.
I'm gonna wreck it.
You can play Amazing.
Nailed it.
That sounds like a gospel game. like you know, when you see those old Nintendo cartridges that had like 96 games or like 50 of them were like church games.
And you can play Super R-Type.
Fun game.
That's a good one.
Yeah, fun game. I like R-Type.
I saw this really good thread. Let me try to find it real quick. I think I retweeted it. It was oh yeah, here it is. With that NSO update today, being all Super Nintendo games. This comes from Joshua Goldie, Mr. Nintendo. He took a look at what SNES games are still left for Nintendo Switch Online, specifically ones published by Nintendo. There are 52 games left, but he was like kind of breaking it down, like which ones may or may not come to Nintendo Switch Online. Like Square Enix titles that were published by Nintendo may or may not, because they were published by Nintendo in certain regions, but not worldwide. A lot of games with licensing issues, like NCAA basketball, Vegas Stakes, or gambling games may not.
And could you imagine we get an NSO update for NCAA basketball and Super Nintendo? That would be awesome.
Then there's like a whole bunch of licensed games, like Disney games that may not come, to Switch, like Pinocchio and Cold Shadow.
Video game. F1 Monaco Racing 93 or something. You're like, what?
Many of the games on this list that are likely to come are Japan only games, things that you've probably never heard of, like Derby Stallion 98,
like the
Power Stokoban.
Yeah.
They're all owned by companies with good ties to Nintendo, so we doubt they would veto their inclusion. The next 7 games all require some kind of extra peripheral that NSO would have to emulate. Things like Mario Paint, Yoshi Safari, Battle Clash. Like these included things like the NES mouse and the Super Scope. May not be able to come to Switch Online. That leaves us with 19 games that are all published by Nintendo exclusively for the Super Nintendo and have no peripherals or anything like that to prevent them. But 4 of them have licensing or legal issues in their way, like Ken Griffey's Major League Baseball, Stanley Cup, Uniracers. So he kind of broke it down, and that leaves us with 5 games that this dude thinks could actually be added that people, would care about. And that's SimCity, Tetris 2, Super Play Action Football, Dr. Mario and Tetris, and Wario's Woods.
I used to like Super Play Action Football.
I never played it.
Yeah.
Probably sucks now that I play it. If I play it now, it's like, this was fucking terrible. Why did I like this game?
Tetris 2 would be fun.
I like SimCity. I'm a big SimCity for the Super Nintendo fan.
I never liked SimCity on console.
Really?
Yeah. I've never enjoyed playing that game or the sorts of games with a controller. I always played them on PC.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like a mouse and keyboard thing for me.
That's fair.
You know what I want? It's because I'm old.
I feel the same way with like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I can't do that on controller.
Yeah, I don't like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I like SimCity.
Blows my mind when people play it on controller. I'm like, what? How? How does this work?
I want Nintendo to just give me Duck Hunt. Make me buy like the gun again. And it just works.
They just pull out the zapper.
Yeah, the zapper. Give me the zapper.
Pretty cool.
Like, there's no reason why they can't do that with the IR sensor on the Joy-Con.
Yeah. Just you can get you with that Labo.
Yeah, just make it like, hey.
That would be cool. I feel like that would be a really cool thing.
You can even just like, hey, you can buy the gun and a cartridge,
Make
To
it
put in your
Splatoon.
Switch.
Do Duck Hunt, but make it Splatoon.
Nah, that can work. I love Duck
Little
Hunt. I
spin-off.
was playing that.
Like they did crossbow training.
That'd be cool.
I mean, the time to do it was the Wii. That time has come and gone.
Yeah.
The time to do a new Duck Hunt was the Wii.
Yeah.
Could have had our zappers and everything.
I'd have been all
Shit
in
could
on
have been
that.
dope.
I would have had a completely different perspective on the Wii. They gave me Duck Hunt.
Could you imagine if we had the Splatoon on the Wii? If they'd finally got there then?
Ooh.
That'd
What
be
that would have
wild.
turned into? Would have been a damn House of the Dead light gun game. Like an on-rails light gun game.
You'd have gave me Duck Hunt. I'd have been right on the battle line for Donnie. Like, hey, this was the greatest console ever. Fuck all of y'all.
So good, man. I'm telling you. I had posted in our Discord, there was a Reddit thread that was taken off on the Nintendo Reddit. And it was like, so the Wii U's kind of great? Question. I was like, see, motherfucker, I just told it to, as soon as they turn it off, these people are gonna come out of the woodwork acting like they loved it the whole time. Damn it.
It's happening. It is
It's
happening.
happening.
It
It's
literally,
happening.
there's such a discourse right now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, as that person, it's like Wind Waker all over again. I'm being gaslit, Rebecca. I was there. I tried to tell you it was great. You didn't want to listen to me. But I've been having fun watching that turn. There has been a lot of Wii U love the last week, and I've been enjoying it.
Start buying up those games. They're going to be worth GameCube money.
Might be too late,
Yeah.
but yeah, as soon as they turn the servers off, people start snatching up damn software, acting like it's the most valuable thing known to man. Just hack it, people. Emulation is your friend.
All right. We got a lot of good questions to make up for the lack of news. Thank you, community.
Yes, and we're going to need you because, like I said, we are not like we talked about it before we started the show. Like we said, we're in like the dog days of the Switch, I think, at this point. You know, there was rumors that maybe we're getting a direct this month. I don't think so. And I don't think we're going to get one next month either. I think we're going to get Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
And we're going to hold on to that for however long and until Nintendo does their next direct. We hope it's in June. Typically it's in June. It's not always in June. So like maybe they just openly leave the door cracked that it may not be in June, but who knows? Like with them and where they are, like I really don't know when we're going to get another
We're
new
just in a
stuff.
video game drought right now. Like, hey, nothing to talk about. Not much to play. Just got to sit here and just wait it out.
This is on the Switch side, yeah. On the other
Yeah.
consoles, they're getting games. Lots of
getting
games are
stuff.
coming out, but Nintendo, yeah,
Stellar
it's
Blade come out in a couple weeks.
pretty dry. I'm assuming once they get through Thousand Year Door, they will have some announcements for at least some summer games, even
They've
if it's
got
like
to.
some. Yeah, they've got to do something. They can't let this ride through the fall. If Switch 2 or no Switch 2, they got to do something.
Oh, they can. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I mean you're right, but I expect that we'll have at the very least a partner showcase because
Yeah.
like they get like, and there are games like that Rogue Persia game that was just announced.
Yeah, that looks
from
good.
The Dead Cells folks, like it was announced that for early access for Steam, it's totally coming to Switch. Like that game was going to be announced.
100%.
Nintendo's going to have a direct at some point where that game shows up. So there are games out there like that. We're going to get some games. I'm not too
Little
worried about
Kitty
it.
Big City is coming out this year.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of games coming out, so I'm not too concerned. It's just
I'm
when
so
do they get
excited.
announced and when do they drop? I got to get that gory game. Have you seen that, Rebecca?
No.
Gory cuddly carnage.
I don't
play as
like
a cat
gore.
you play as a cat who skateboards and then like kills everybody around them all the time.
No,
That
I don't
cat's
like
cool.
gore.
Yeah, gotta get it. All right, G-Man says, because of the next Splatfest next week, what animals do you think are cute and why?
This is a good Splatfest theme. It really
believe you.
is. Hold on. I got to make sure I get the wording of it right. Baby chicks versus little bunnies versus bear cubs.
It's better than the shit they usually have. So yeah.
Yeah, it's an uptick. Slightly.
I-
Pencils versus crayons. Yeah.
And team bear cubs.
I'm Team Bunny.
I like bunnies. Yeah, I have a bunny.
Yeah,
so I
Team
have
Bunny. Playboy,
Team
the whole
Bunny.
thing.
Yeah.
Bunnies. Good stuff.
Mm,
But
oh,
that wasn't the question. The question is, what animals do you think are cute and why? And Rebecca has the best answer.
cats.
I thought you were going to give us a different
think-
answer.
Baby bears, cats, foxes.
That red panda thing that you that is the cutest thing I
Red
think I've ever seen.
pandas,
Yeah.
otters are very cute.
My wife
Puppies.
is infatuated with donkeys. She thinks
What?
donkeys are as cute as could be. That's my response. I'm like, what's the matter with you? It's not a cute animal. Same thing for possums.
I
She's
love
a weird-
possums.
What? Ew.
That's like my
Possums are
favorite
disgusting.
animal besides
Oh.
cats. They're so
Rebecca,
cute. Oh
that's
my
the
god, wait,
ugliest
no,
animal I've
stop.
ever
I need to
seen.
defend them real quick. First of all, they can't get rabies.
That's because they're the lowest of the low. They're
No one wants to touch
Number
them.
2, they eat all of the bad bugs.
I understand their service to the world. That doesn't make them cute.
They're so
Their damn
adorable.
gnarled teeth
They
and
go.
the saliva. Ugh.
They're the crackhead
That's-
of animals.
This,
The
it
worst.
really is. It really is.
No!
They are
Delvin,
digging
that
in
is-
garbage.
So cute.
That is spot
Ugly.
on.
Yeah, no, we don't
No.
want those.
You could say raccoon, and all those other things still work, but they're cute.
Yeah, raccoons are amazing.
Raccoons
Love
are cute,
raccoons.
but
Yeah, they're
the
cute
possum
too.
are gross.
Possums are so cute. The babies. Have you ever seen the all the babies that latch onto their mother's back and she walks around with all the babies on her back?
No.
Oh,
Absolutely
this made
not.
my skin
What do you
crawl.
mean? They should not stay far away. Bland explosion.
Thank you, Garrett.
No, they are
that?
so good. They're so good for our ecosystem, Mr.
Oh.
Environmentalist.
We
The
should have
ugliest
other
animal.
animals that can do that.
Ugliest animal.
No, wrong.
My favorite animals are. I have a very soft spot in my heart for ducks.
I like
They're-
ducks.
I don't know why. I just always have. If we see ducks, we are feeding ducks. My wife's just like everything will stop. I'm like, we're gonna go see these ducks for a minute. And if I ever go a place like I love, we used to have a place in Ohio that had like a little duck slide. It's like a flea market, and they had like baby ducks that you could buy and stuff. But like they would just sit in this pond and like go down the slide. And when I was a kid, I was like infinitely captured by it. I would just sit there the whole day and just watch ducks. I wouldn't do anything else. So that'd be my answer. Anybody else? Nothing?
Delvin,
Squirrels.
what's your favorite animal?
Like
Squirrel.
Like a
Ooh,
squirrel.
they're cute.
They're
Yeah,
fun.
it's better than possum.
Way better than a possum.
100%.
Do you have a lot of squirrels in Florida?
Yes, there's quite a few. I saw one this morning. Like I had to
Alligators
stop.
can't
He was
catch
like
'em.
he was like in the streets, and I was like he was gonna cross the street. And I had to stop, like just waving him and let him go by.
Yeah. Please
That's
break
fantastic.
for small animals.
I like squirrels. I like raccoons. I like monkeys. Monkeys are pretty cool.
Well, I don't like
Mhm.
monkeys.
They're pretty cool.
They're scary. They're like they can eat your face.
Oh, they'll do a lot worse than that.
Yeah.
I
depending on
know.
which brand of.
It's horrible.
I mean, they're terrifying, but
Yeah.
they're still cool.
The,
They're cool.
the
You
You
little
go to the
ones.
zoo,
the
like
little
in
ones.
the Atlanta Zoo, they've got the monkeys that'll just come out and sit on your shoulder and stuff. There's a bunch of them.
those are
Yeah.
The ones that
Those
can
are
like
cool.
pick your pockets. I like those guys.
Yeah.
They're
They're
pretty
just
funny.
little mischievous little things.
Yeah.
Damn it. Give me my cookie back.
Like those. They're great. I
Mhm.
used to see a lot of those in Miami. It would always be like a guy, like especially in Miami Beach, that had like a monkey who would like play music and like hit cymbals together and shit. Then he would go to you and ask for money.
They're
for
like
you.
too human like. They're like kind of
Definitely are.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, science,
like,
evolution.
I don't
all that
know.
That's 100%.
They're like little babies. Like I don't think
Mhm.
babies are cute. Why would
Yeah.
I don't think monkeys are cute.
Little babies that can take your money. Just take it right out your pocket. I like them.
Eh.
I like baby tigers.
Yes. D-Life,
D-Life.
shut
Look
up.
at D-
They're
D-Life
not
showed up
ugly.
out of
They're so
nowhere.
not. Oh my
Just
god.
RKO out of nowhere. He was like,
Yeah.
I can't let this slide. I have to speak.
Yeah.
He felt compelled to join.
Baby possum.
Oh, no.
No, what are you? It's
Please make it
literally
stop.
they have these cute little eyes and the cute little
Mm-mm.
nose and the cute
No.
little feet.
No.
I got something funny to tell you. I was
They
on
hang
Twitter
from their tails.
yesterday.
Baby
And
monkeys do everything you just said.
They do. And better.
You're all like, I don't do baby monkeys. They're too human like. And you just name all the things that baby monkeys do.
Literally.
Every one of those things also
Every
apply
one.
to baby monkey.
Yes.
And without the gnarly teeth and the slobber and all the nastiness that comes with possums.
I think Donnie, I appreciate this. Yesterday I was on Twitter, right? And I was watching like a video of Mike Tyson playing with his tiger, his
Yeah.
giant tiger. And I feared for the tiger's life. Yo, is the tiger gonna be? It was like young Tyson. Like for some reason he owned like this white Siberian tiger.
Yeah.
He was talking about how much he loves the tiger. Like, he's like, sometimes the tiger bites, but you know you have to just let it know not to bite you, and it's okay. Like is he gonna hurt that tiger? Yo.
It's fascinating when you see people, not to evoke Tiger King, but when you do see people that have tigers and like how raised they can be and like docile, but then there are plenty of videos where you see where the tiger just decides not to be, and now you're in a really bad day. Like
the tiger was standing up playing with Tyson. They were like the same height, and they were like, "Oh, that tiger might be in trouble."
Guys, we're getting rat hate in our chat.
I think it was just possum here. Wait a minute.
No, we're getting rat hate too, and I love rats. They're so cute and they're so smart.
Well, you live near New York, so probably makes sense.
Yeah,
no, I don't know about that.
They're adorable and they're highly intelligent and social creatures.
Yeah, they also tear
whole
your
ass
house
pizzas
apart.
in New York. They are fucking disgusting. They'll tear your house apart. They are the worst things to have in your
Not
house.
domestic. Okay, I'm talking about domesticated rats.
All right,
Splinter.
Like Splinter. Even... Come on, Delvin.
I don't know what that is.
I know you don't. It's okay.
Does the rat own 4 turtles?
It's a Ninja Turtles reference.
Oh, Splinter. Oh. I misheard. Okay. I know. No, listen.
No, I'm not digging the rats either.
No. I hate rats. I've told my rat story. Never.
That's why I've got tons of cats. Keep them away. Keep them at bay.
Worst thing to have.
Domestic. I'm talking about domesticated animals, y'all.
Still. No. All right. Gamer Check says if you had to do a crossover. Nope. Hang on. Passed over one. Jay says if you were given a free day off work, but you must play a game all day and eat only one food, which do you choose? Mario Kart 8 and Chef Boyardee? Mario Strikers Battle League and Little Caesars? 1-2 Switch and a Golden Corral buffet?
Fuck. I'd rather go to work.
That's an easy Mario Strikers and Little Caesars.
I'll just go to work.
All day?
I hate Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee ravioli is not even real food. That's not real food.
Terrible.
1-2 Switch is not a good game, and I have never been to Golden Corral, but I know somebody who did and got really sick afterwards.
Golden Corral's terrible.
I used to love Golden Corral.
The only thing
I haven't been to one in forever, but I used to love it.
I don't know if I've ever had Little Caesars, but can it really be that bad?
It's not that bad. It's okay.
And Mario Strikers is fine.
Golden Corral is terrible. They have a chocolate fountain there that looks
I don't want to do either. I don't want to do any of these.
You have to pick one. That's like the point of the game.
Can I have Mario Strikers in the Golden Corral? Like, can we make this?
No,
I don't want to do any of this.
That's not the point. You have to.
Well, then Mario Strikers is the answer. I don't like it though.
Yeah, I'll do Mario Strikers because I'm not eating Golden Corral. Like I said, I've been there 3 or 4 times, and each time, like, these kids touching the food that you're supposed to be like grabbing from to eat. Like, no, the chocolate fountain, absolutely not. No,
there's a chocolate fountain.
Yeah, they have a chocolate fountain there where people.
I have never seen a chocolate fountain at Golden Corral.
Yeah, they have like a little chocolate.
Yours has one.
Bougie Golden Corral.
No, it just looks like.
I've never seen kids grab food with their hands either.
I've seen plenty of things.
All the food has like tongs and
these kids
stuff.
don't care.
I think it's a Miami thing.
People are saying Little Caesars got them through college.
Yeah, Little Caesars is good. It's pretty good.
Not good.
It's not the best pizza.
It's not good. It's
but it's like it's edible.
I've never eaten it. It's like equivalent to something like Domino's or Papa John's or something.
Domino's.
It's a tier below that.
Yeah, it's more equivalent
that's
to
not
like
that great.
Like a CC's pizza or like a Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese
there you go. That works. It's
Yeah,
good enough.
Like that. It's like racetrack pizza.
I still feel like out of the 3 options, that would be the least likely to make me sick.
If I had a better game, I would take the Golden Corral because Golden Corral, you still can get. I can get meatloaf. I can get steak. I have I can get salad. I can get a lot of different things to eat.
No, I'll starve.
Little Caesars, you were stuck to breadsticks and pizza.
They got other things there now.
Do they do wings?
They do wings there. I think they do have like.
I think they have wings.
Like pasta now too.
Yeah, but those wings are probably going to be the worst wings you've ever had. I'm almost certain of it. Yeah.
I haven't been to Little Caesars in God knows how long.
Yeah, but I'm definitely not doing Chef Boyardee all day.
No, that is horrible. I am an adult.
I used to eat that when I was a kid, and like, oh my god, it's amazing that I'm alive. Y'all, did you hear that there's lead in Lunchables?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? That makes sense.
80% of your daily allowed intake of lead, what Lunchable contains. So you're allowed to have it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I see kids at my school eating Lunchables all the time.
And you smack them out the hand and say, "Hey, that has lead in it."
Yeah.
You should. It's your responsibility.
GamerCheck says if you had to do a crossover between two franchises like Crash and Spyro did on the Game Boy Advance, what two characters would you choose?
You gotta do it on the Game Boy Advance.
No.
Do they have to be Nintendo characters or Nintendo
Considering
franchises?
that we collectively only played a third games on Switch, then I'm going to say yes. We have to make it Nintendo at some point.
So, do they both have to be Nintendo characters, or one can be Nintendo character, one can be
One can be you need at least one Nintendo character.
Okay. Samus and Marcus Phoenix.
Okay.
Who's Marcus
Not Master
Phoenix?
Chief.
No. Everybody.
It's
That's
Samus
the
and Master Chief goes better.
yeah,
better.
but that's the typical answer.
Who's the guy that Delvin said?
Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Oh. Okay.
I feel like everybody would say Samus and Master Chief
Because they're in space.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this? I'm gonna stick with two Nintendos. Wait, are Crash and Spyro? They're by the same company,
Yeah, Xbox.
Yeah.
same developer.
No, I think they've all had different developers for a long time.
Yeah. They've.
Oh yeah, good point.
So Rob's gone. We're independent
true.
now.
Samus and Star Fox.
Okay, I like that.
Better. I still want to hear Delvin's pitch, but I like that one better.
I feel like I would put Samus in the Gears of War universe.
How? How does this work?
What do you mean? How does it work? She comes to the planet. What is it? It's Earth
She
still?
just crashes into Earth where all these
Crashes into
locusts and
Earth,
everything going on.
See all the
You see
locusts and all that stuff. Like, fuck it, I gotta kill these things. And Marcus Phoenix, being this old grizzly veteran, is like, we can use your help. And Samus kind of like, no, your
Get
weapons
over
kinda-
here.
Yeah, your weapons are kind of outdated, bro.
No
Let me
more
give you some-
tomatoes.
And the gameplay is her just like upgrading their weapons and hers. So she ends up having
She
like
just
a
brings
chain.
them technology and they just
Yeah.
murder the planet.
Exactly.
I don't like this, Delvin.
Like, what?
The Gears fan in me really hates this idea.
That's why I want it even more now.
I think I talked about this recently, but I still want a crossover between Animal Crossing and Pokemon to make a Poke Crossing where all of the villagers
Oh.
are just Pokemon.
Absolutely. Just
Do you
do
catch
that.
the villagers? That
What?
might be offensive to them.
Catch
You-
them? No. You just live harmoniously
battle
with
them.
them. No, you live
You're
your
throwing
best
Do the
Pokeballs.
battling.
Pokemon life.
You making these Animal Crossing villagers slaves now?
No.
Get
No.
this ball, Tom Nook.
Oh my god.
Poke Crossing makes like all of the money.
It does.
Seriously, it would.
There's so
They're
much money
leaving
there.
money on the table by not doing
They've done
this. These are, like,
every other spin-off
the
besides
two
that
most
one.
like ravaged fandoms that want to buy things.
I still think you should have villagers that can catch and like battle Pokemon, but it's Animal Crossing. I think that's awesome.
Okay.
But you don't win anything for it. It's not like super competitive. It's just like a little mini game you can do, like a little exercise. Just like you guys go to each other's houses and like you should just be able to like play a little game like that. That'd be
So
fun.
these villagers are enslaving other animals. And putting
They're not
them in their
enslaving.
Pokemon.
Stop it. And then like the Pokemon are your means to like upgrading your village, so like they can do stuff. Like they all have their own special abilities that can help
That'd
you
be
like
cool.
terraform and shape the village. So that is your reason for capturing more of them. And this makes like a ton of money. It makes all the money.
I don't know about this idea.
It's a great idea.
Makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, stop it. My answer is not as fun, but I think we should do Diddy Kong Racing and Sega All Stars Racing and just put them together.
Well, they should do that anyway.
Yeah, we should do that anyway.
Mix those games together. Why do we have both of these? No, just put them together.
You take the Diddy Kong and Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong, you take Banjo and the Tiger, and you throw it in there with Sonic and Knuckles and all those folks, and then you have one really good Mario Kart alternative.
I agree.
And you do the open world, and you fly around, and you race on the boats and the hover boats and all that stuff, and it's super fun.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Canadian Crawler says the graphics of Thousand Year Door remake look amazing. What else do you think Nintendo has added to the game? And will it be enough to warrant buying it if you already own the GameCube version?
Yes.
The graphics on the GameCube are still pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They are.
But
They're not going to be as
also,
good.
the graphics on this one look beautiful. And
it does.
also, the original Thousand Year Door cannot be played handheld. Checkmate.
It's pretty good. The original though is going to run at 60 frames a second. It looks like the new one won't. Not that I think it really matters.
It's a
'cause Paper Mario
turn-based
game.
RPG.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it matters either, but it's something that's worth saying.
Can't play it.
I
now.
don't know what else they're doing to this game at all. I looked it up. They haven't said.
It says that there is a host of other changes,
Correct.
but they have not said why. It'll probably
don't
be
know what
like
that
quality of life things, like
Yeah.
auto save, better inventory management. Like they probably
I'm
got rid
all
of
in on
annoying
Thousand Year
things.
Door.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
could care less about the GameCube version. Yeah, I'm all in on it. This is the version. Anybody that's never played one of the newer Paper Mario games, their new engine is, and just visually, is pretty incredible. Actually,
Not
Origami
involved.
King is gorgeous. It is one of the prettiest games you can play in your Switch. But now it'll be fun. With Thousand Year Door, now it'll be fun. It'll be both pretty and super fun. So, yeah, this is great. Yes, Jules says, look at the water in Origami King. Like it is a beautiful engine. I just didn't like the it's not that I didn't like it. I liked Origami King. I just couldn't keep playing it. I just kind of ran out of time with it. That happens. Brendan says, pick a game soundtrack from each Nintendo console to be your car ride playlist. And I think I'll need help because I have no idea. I don't know what to do.
either.
I got you
okay.
guys.
Okay.
Thanks.
NES. I'm gonna say Mario 3. But it has to be
NES. Wait, hold on. Let's go console at a time. Okay. Were you gonna say more about that game?
Mario 3 is my choice. 'Cause I love the Mario 3 soundtrack and everything that comes with that. You know what?
I
Can
will
change
go.
that?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Okay. I
I
feel
dig
that. I'm gonna go with DuckTales.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Kind of cheating,
I know.
but it works. I'll
Thank
allow
you.
it.
Why is it cheating?
Because DuckTales theme song is like just DuckTales theme song. They have great songs as well, but it's like that theme song exists outside of the game.
No. I know, but like the whole, like every level, like the moon theme in DuckTales.
Moon theme is good.
So good. Okay, what's your answer, Donnie?
I don't know.
Zelda 2.
I
That's a
don't
good
like it,
soundtrack.
Is it? I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It's a good soundtrack. Okay, Super Nintendo. Easy one.
I'm going to cheat now. Street Fighter 2.
That's not cheating.
Okay.
That's
like
good.
that
That's a
one.
good one. Chrono Trigger.
Ooh, that's a good one. Like that
Streets of Rage.
Okay. I see you.
Streets of Rage soundtrack is the bomb.
Okay, N64.
one.
Much tougher.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Mario 64.
Star Fox 64.
Does that have good music?
Decent enough.
Okay, I see you. What's next? GameCube. Wind Waker.
I think I got this one. Let me make
Mhm.
sure if this is correct. I want to make sure. I think I'm right. So you answer first, Donnie.
I mean, my answer is probably going to be Wind Waker. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that comes to mind. Wind Waker is probably my favorite music in a Zelda game, so it's going to be pretty tough to beat.
Yes, I remember correctly. Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cheating, but
That is
I'll
definitely
get...
cheating.
No, that's definitely cheating.
I'm not even gonna hide that it's not.
It's 100% cheating. But they didn't say you can't cheat. I think it totally works.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'd still take Wind Waker though.
Me too. I have no answer for the Wii. I don't know what are some good soundtracks.
Wii music.
There you go.
No, not there you go.
Cheat. There you go. That's an answer.
Super Mario Galaxy.
That's where my mind immediately goes, and I'm trying to think What about like Rhythm Heaven?
There was a chance you could do something really funny, Donnie.
What's
If
that?
you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna wait for your
Do it.
answer. Just Dance.
Yeah, you can cheat again. That works.
Yeah, then you can say Just Dance for the rest of them.
Just keep going the years of death. Just Dance.
Okay.
It's probably Galaxy. Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Xenoblade. Which that'll be my answer. That probably might be my answer for Wii U.
I feel like Smash is also cheating.
Do you?
Smash is good though.
But
That's a
I
good-
feel
that's
it's
good.
allowed.
It is cheating, but it's
The
allowed.
soundtrack for
Yeah.
Wii is pretty great though.
Yeah.
And so is Galaxies.
For Wii U, can I pick Hyrule Warriors?
You can. That's a good one.
That's
My
good.
answer for Wii U would probably be Xenoblade Chronicles X. That game has some bangers. If not that, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is really good. The music for that game is pretty stellar. And if you've never heard the soundtrack where they actually sing it in vocal,
That's a great one. Yeah.
yeah, where they're all like,
Tropical
whoa, whoa, whoa. That was great.
Wind Waker again, Josh says.
That works. That works.
Did you pick one for Wii U, Delvin?
He's gonna say Guitar Hero Live.
No, I'm gonna cheat even more. This is gonna be more funnier. The Michael Jackson experience.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm going for it.
that works.
Green Day rock band. No. Okay, sure, we'll take it. Then the Switch, I think Switch will be my Super Smash Brothers Ultimate because
Good
that
one.
is literally everything.
Surprisingly, Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
Really?
I really enjoy the music in it.
Hmm.
For a car ride playlist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I can just sit there and chill, listen to it.
Okay. Fall asleep at the wheel, not my problem.
No, that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna
anyway.
go with Sayonara Wild Hearts.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Did we do it?
Undertale. Undertale for Switch is also a good one.
The Witcher 3? I wouldn't know that one.
What's the three's
I
okay?
really played it. Yeah.
It's gonna
Alright.
skip a lot if you're using the Switch version.
Kate says, do you think Nintendo will ever have a game service like PlayStation Plus or Game Pass?
No.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch Online.
But that's
we're getting.
yeah, that's the
Closest we're
closest.
getting.
But for modern games like new releases, no.
You're like,
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't
you
think
want us to do
Nintendo-
more? Absolutely not. We're not doing that.
Better take this damn NES game and be happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you better take Wrecking Crew
They
98.
they simply don't need to.
That might be the answer. I mean, I think the answer is that they fought really, really hard against they fought really hard to keep the value of their games high. That's why they don't have sales. Like they have yet to join like the rest of the industry's like scaling race to the bottom. You know, like they don't do the Ubisoft thing where they release a game and based on like kind of it seems like based on its sales, like they market it and put it on sale accordingly to keep trying to extract as much money as they can. Nintendo has yet to really adapt to anything like that.
Yeah, I think it's smart.
They're not doing that with any of their games because they want you to feel like their games are premium products.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly wonder if they don't even like them doing that with the Mario Ubisoft crossovers.
They probably don't.
You know, because they probably don't like seeing damn Mario. What is it? The not Kingdom Battle was the new one, Mario Star Rush or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
The XCOM games that Ubisoft made with Mario in it. I forget what the new one's called. They probably don't like seeing it on sale for $15.99 because it's got Mario on the cover.
Yeah.
You know, I think more than anything, that would be like what I'd point to. I think they just probably don't like this.
Yeah, they'd be like, we know Breath of the Wild came out 4 years ago, but it's still $60.
100%. Oh, Jules, thank you. Sparks of Hope.
Sparks of Hope.
That thing went on sale the other day. I saw it was like $13.99. I was like, man, I bet you they hate that.
They probably
Like
furious.
100% they hate that shit because they're selling like 1-2 Switch for $60 still.
Yeah, no one wants that. We can
Like if
get
they
our
put
money.
that Nintendo logo on a physical game, like they want you to think that it's, you know, like they kind of have that premium mentality. And
I kind of
whereas
respect it.
you're right. Where the rest of the video game industry has literally taken the opposite approach.
Yeah.
You get first party Xbox games at any store for like $2, because Game Pass has all but plummeted their value. And I think Nintendo, I think it's like they're scared of that. I think they're scared of once we venture down that path, I don't know if they think they can come back. Because again, well, it doesn't have to be a long bit, but their model's slightly different. Right? They don't sell their console at a loss to recuperate on the games and services. They sell their console so they can sell you games. That's where they make their money. Their money is the 30% that they get when you buy a game of theirs. Their games. Their business is we need 30%, or for the first party games is bigger than that, but their 30% of all games sold on their platform is their business. Right. And then their games drive that business. So they don't want to race to the bottom like everybody else.
Yeah, they don't want to be Ubisoft.
Correct. And I think that's the reason why we've not seen them like adopt mobile more. That's why they make very mobile experience stuff. Like people are like, why don't they put Pokemon Red on mobile? That's why, because they don't want you to think you can just get that game for $4.99.
Yeah.
Right. I think they're like, no, we're not going to do that because they want you to pay a premium price. They're not going to put Super Mario Bros. On your iPhone for $4.99. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, and then when they remaster things, it's going to cost you more because people are going to want it because, this is nowhere else. We can only get it here.
Right, exactly. And they are beholden to that. Like that's their thing. And I think they'll go down on that ship. I think of all these things that are changing in the industry and all the things they're talking about, the industry is not growing and all that. Nintendo is going to go down on the ship before they change. They're not moving. Yeah, they're moving at all. So I think the best that I could hope for, something that I've asked that I think would be a really cool inclusion of Switch Online, I would like to see them put in like a Nindie Pass. I would love to see them, it didn't have to be new games.
We've talked about that, yeah.
I would love to see them grab some of these games that are attached at Nintendo because of the marketing and the branding that are like Nintendo indie games and include them in Nintendo Switch Online. It'd be great if like Silksong got announced and they just put Hollow Knight in Switch Online. You could just play Hollow Knight. Stuff like that, like little things you can do to like give the rub. They can talk about that, can be a part of their marketing approach to get people to support their platform. I think stuff like that I would like to see them maybe branch out and do something like that. They kind of do with the game trials, but the trials are so short. Like I don't think that's really what people are looking for. I would like to see them. It didn't have to be every month or even, 1-3 games a year or something like that. I just think it'd be really cool if Nintendo did that every so often. Just find a game, really make this game like this partner, make it feel like a Nintendo game. This is a game we're behind, like Golf Story, like what they did with Golf Story and how it was prominently featured and all that. It'd be really cool if Golf Story was a Nintendo Switch Online. It should be.
Yeah.
I
would even not that I want them to, but I wouldn't fuss if they raised the price of Switch Online or made a special tier that cost a little bit more for something like that.
Yeah, I agree. You'd like it, be a part of the expansion pass if you wanted. That'd be cool too. I'd probably sign up for something like that if they did it. XBS says I could see Nintendo Switch Online coming to PC. I think mobile.
That'd be cool.
If I were Nintendo, I would take Nintendo Switch Online, my collection of ROMs and everything, my subscription, I'd put it on mobile phones and make you subscribe to it. And the crazy thing is, I bet they get like 50 million subscribers just by saving people the time and energy of doing the emulations themselves.
Yeah.
Like, well, you can put a Game Boy thing on here, or you could just subscribe to us for $5 a month and just play it. And I bet a lot of people would just play it.
Yeah.
Ernesto says, are they releasing more Nintendo new games?
What do you mean by new?
I think if there's are there new games coming?
Because they can release HD new games. Like, hey, here's a new version of this same game you played 20 years ago.
Nintendo Switch does not have games.
I think it's gonna be a lot of remasters. Even if they get new ones, it's gonna be a lot of remasters.
Yeah, a lot of remasters. For now,
I expect Metroid Prime. 2, maybe 3. We've talked about like the Zeldas, if they ever exist. We've talked about we don't got Luigi's Mansion. I'm expecting things like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sure there's a new game, the Fire Emblem game, which itself is a remake, but that'll be a new game. It's gonna be completely different. Yeah, but I'm expecting that they've got at least something. They got something, probably Kirby, something somewhere.
Oh, there's always a new Kirby game every year.
There's always a Kirby. Speaking of Kirby, I've been going back to work, more often in office as our schedules have changed. So a part of like my little Switch thing and playing all these different games, I've been carrying my console with me again, and I'm playing more on the go. This week I took my 3DS in, been playing that damn Kirby Planet Robobot. It's amazing. I'm telling you guys should play it. Great game.
Okay.
Super fun. Put Kirby Planet Robobot on Switch. Kirby Planet Robobot HD. I'll be there day one. 100%. I Can't See says, if Switch 2 will have a new type of cart, do you think it includes a way to read the original ones? Just curious. I know it's Nintendo. I also know how their fan base can be. That would be my expectation. That's what they did for the 3DS. The 3DS
Yeah, did they
had
put
the
the
new
little
carts.
nub on it?
Yep. And you can play the old cartridges. That'd be my guess. Because piracy. People are pirating the Switch games, so I think they're going to change the cartridge. But I do think they're going to have some sort of backwards compatibility for your old Switch games. Because if they don't, they risk losing a lot of support. Not from us. We're going to buy it anyway. I think it's for the casuals. Anytime you do that, think about like, mom and dad out there that bought 10 games for, little Johnny or Jill, and then all of a sudden they can't play it on the new Switch. That becomes a problem. That's friction that I don't think they I don't, and that I'm literally guessing. I don't know. I don't think the new Nintendo leadership wants to give people a reason not to buy the next Switch. They seem very conservative,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think they're going to take like a big swing here. I'm almost interested to see if I'm wrong. He seems interesting. Maybe I'm wrong. But everything that the new president and everything has talked about really seems like their big focus is not to upset the apple cart. They're like, just don't fuck it up. Because the Switch is selling and games are selling and they're printing money right now. And I really think that they're just adverse to doing anything that might disrupt that. And for that reason alone, I think we'll have backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I agree.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised. Nintendo has broken a lot. Their
Yes,
history has been anything but that. But I feel like, just their talks, and they've talked openly about how hard it is to move people to a new platform. And it seems to be like a big focus of theirs. How do we get these 440 million people to buy a new system? I think that's what they're doing. So I'm not going to be surprised if the Switch 2 is like kind of boring. That's what I'm kind of bracing for. Like they announce it and we're all like, oh, that's it. Okay.
It's just a Switch.
It really might just be just that, I don't know. We don't know, but that's kind of where my mind's at. Garrett Bland says, do you ever think the Fallout series would head over to Switch or Switch 2? So he's
Switch 2 maybe.
He's pulling all this
cool.
hype in from the TV show. So
Show's pretty good.
Yeah, I do think Fallout will make it over at some point.
What is Fallout Shelter is on the Switch, right?
Yeah, that's a good call.
Oh yeah, it is.
Fallout Shelter's there,
which I know is a very different type of Fallout game.
Sure. But Bethesda's been a big supporter of Switch.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that when they're ready, I do think they'll probably bring it over. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd already tried and maybe it just was more work than they wanted it to be. Because the Fallout games, especially the older ones, are notoriously, clunky, glitchy, broken kind of. So, maybe that might be a reason. But I don't know. It's probably, I don't know how well it would sell, but with the show and everything, I'd be surprised if we didn't get Fallout on Switch 2 at least.
Makes sense.
Yarden says, Donnie, well, I'm not watching Fallout. Why would I watch Fallout?
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. I watched the first episode today with Josh.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Are you? I'm not that into Fallout.
I don't know anything about Fallout, but he likes Fallout.
I've only played the games. I like the aesthetic of Fallout. It's pretty cool, but I've never really enjoyed the game too much.
It's fun.
You're more into the Fallout stuff, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I think the show's pretty fun. It's kind of a good telling of the game, very good representation of it. I like it. I know people say it's the best video game adaptation there is.
People love the show.
I don't know about that, but it's really good.
I'm watching The Sopranos, Jordan. I can't stop The Sopranos to watch Fallout, man.
Sopranos.
Yes, The
Good show.
Sopranos, Rebecca. Amazing TV. The eclipse of television.
People watching and say, "Wow."
They applaud. They cheer.
They cheer.
Whoa! Tyler says, let's make this fun. If you were to plan a heist and the instructions were to hire Nintendo characters, who would be your crew? Who opens a safe? Who shuts down the cameras? Who's the lookout? And who's the getaway?
Well, we need Agent 8 from Splatoon in this because they
Good
literally did that.
Yeah, good pull.
They literally did all of those things. Who opens the safe? Man, I wish I could pick non-Nintendo characters because Sly Cooper would also be a good pick.
That is the answer. Sly Cooper.
Yeah,
But he's
Those
not
are the two.
Nintendo.
I feel like Wario knows how to crack safes.
Probably.
He just has that safe cracking kind of look. You're like, yeah, this is the guy.
Who's the lookout?
Yeah, who's not going to snitch?
I'm trying to figure out who's shutting down the alarms and stuff. Who's our
That's
tech
Agent
person?
8. Agent 8 is our shutting down.
That's
the
our
alarms
tech
and
person.
Oh,
I was
it's like
gonna-
a tech thing?
I was going Samus. Like who's infiltrating like the cameras and turning off the alarms and doing all that stuff.
Marina does that in Splatoon. She's a tech,
So
very
we're just going
tech
to use all the
savvy.
Splatoon tech characters.
Yeah, I'm trying not to use.
Just
I know,
let
but we
Splatoon
didn't
do it.
use Agent 8 for anything yet.
Okay. The other one I was going to pull, and this is a reach, but Star Fox, because of Star Fox Guard. I'm not sure if you guys remember that game at all, where you monitored like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing, where you monitored like surveillance cameras
every day.
Okay.
and you turn things on and off. It was like a
So
little
he's our
pack-in.
lookout.
That'd be good.
Getaway driver.
Somebody's fast.
Who's the best Mario Kart racer?
Luigi.
Metal Mario.
Metal Mario's good.
It's the heaviest, right? Metal Mario, but he's only super fast on a bike.
I don't know who the current meta is. Ooh, Captain Falcon. That is a
Captain
good one.
Falcon.
Yeah.
Good answer. There you
All
have
right.
it. We did it. Kyle the Pug says, if you created your own Pokemon game, what region would you set it in? Who would be your starters, and what would your custom-made legendary Pokemon look like?
I want a region based in Australia.
Very good.
They
Almost
already
rates
made mine.
itself.
Called Pokemon Yellow. Just remaster that.
I played
Are-
Pokemon Let's Go this week. That's
Or
another game I played when I was watching WrestleMania. And let me just say, how much better Pokemon Let's Go is than the subsequent Pokemon's that game is.
Let's go, baby.
It's abhorrent.
Yeah.
Like I booted it up and I played it, and I'm like, look how beautiful this game is.
Thank you.
Like, just look how nice looking it is compared
It
to the other.
is.
Like, what happened?
I
What
don't
the
know.
hell happened?
Let's go.
What did y'all do?
I'm all about
Okay.
this slander.
Our starters for the Australia region are a baby tiger, a red panda, and a possum.
No, with a kangaroo.
No kangaroo?
Come
What's
on.
going on here?
What
Okay,
the hell?
fine. A kangaroo, a koala, and a
I'm making a Pokemon off of that drop bear.
and a capybara. No, that'll be our legendary. The drop.
There
bear.
it is. Drop bear. Drop bear is the legendary. I
Yeah.
can get behind it. Because I was going to slander this thing. I was just going to be like, I want the first 3-gen Pokemons in a big map, and I don't want a legendary. Like, just
That works for me.
There is no possum Pokemon, and that is a sin.
No, that is.
that's what we're going to call it. A Sen. That's
Yeah.
going to be the Pokemon's name.
A
Sen-
sin.
A Sen, the possum Pokemon.
A sin.
A Sen. Dead Man, final question. Which Nintendo characters do you think would survive in a Fallout type world? Man, the Fallout is in the water.
Yeah.
I think all Pokemon would survive in that world. They would
Yes.
dominate the world. What about Muck? Muck would survive in Fallout.
Muck would survive.
Muck and Grimer.
Kirby, because he's already dealt with it.
Kirby can survive anything.
True.
Kirby's the goat.
Kirby is the goat. Trying to
Can't
tell
lie.
everybody. Nobody wants to have it.
Homies keep
Slander the
surviving
man's
everything.
games.
They made that man the hero of Smash Brothers.
He's the Super
Yeah.
Saiyan of Nintendo. He's it.
Put
Yeah.
respect on homie's name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
He is a black hole.
Yeah. Trying to think who else survived.
He might be the only one.
Samus
Come
probably
on.
would because of the suit.
Yeah.
A better chance. Yep.
Yeah.
Better survival rate. Guess who wouldn't? Mario.
Yeah. Mario's dead.
Dude's dead.
Link.
What if that was the next Mario game? The next Mario movie is Mario Fallout crossover. Chris Pratt's just like, oh no. Yeah, I don't really have any other ones. They're like a grimy, trashy Nintendo character. I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Bayonetta?
Are there maybe are there any Nintendo franchises that do take place like kind of post-apocalyptic type
Kirby.
setting besides Kirby? I
Kirby.
mean,
Yeah. No. We don't have
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic
Kirby's our only
Nintendo games.
survivor.
Yeah, I think Bayo would be good.
Yeah,
She
Bayonetta
literally
probably would.
fights demons,
Yes, I would think
so it'd
she-
be tough to take her out. Breath of the Wild, yeah, again, you could. Breath of the Wild is post-apocalyptic.
I mean, kind
it's
of
way post, but yeah, it does get there.
not nuclear or post-apocalyptic.
I don't know. Have you seen the Dark Moon Rises? I mean, things get weird over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
full blown dark apocalyptic Zelda game sounds dope. They should have given us that. Like the world is literally ending.
Ganon drops a bomb.
They would never do that. All right, that's it for this week. That's all the
Yep.
questions.
All right. Anything else?
No?
Be good
We'll
out
have-
there, people.
We'll have that GoFundMe in the show notes. It's also on our social media, Discord, whatnot. Have a good week, Koopalings. We will see you next time.
Peace. Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?